Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Boost! Boost. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021. The album, Dad, AF. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause I'm sure hard to handle now. Every rose has its thorn. That was pretty good. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy. Oh my God. My album is coming out this year. Rock on, gold dust woman. Beast. Pour some sugar on me. It's the weekend. Oh my God, it's the weekend. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. Got a lot to talk about over here today. I've got notes that I have. Poke your eye out with that page. That would hurt. Can you imagine getting a paper cut in your eye? Has anybody ever gotten a paper cut in your eye? Is that like a thing? I should Google that right now. Well, I'll Google that and I'll talk about that. Maybe on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I'll Google. Because I'm going to talk on there today about Googling stuff. True story. I was going to actually save this for this video, but I'll tell you. Somebody was commenting on my vlog because I was talking on there about how when my husband and I started dating, I would say things to him like, I love you, or I miss you, and I had just seen him like 5 minutes before, and he would tweet me, and he would text me, and don't call him sick with the tweets. He would text me, and he would say, K, and I'd be so mad. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what that means, right? Because I'm still today that person that when I text, this means texting, okay? When I text, because I do text like that, no. I could text like nobody's business with one thumb. My good Judy Tanya, she's still hunting pecks, you know? But I still text like my dad does, like full sentences, quotation marks, periods, punctuation. Listen, okay, if we're getting points for grammar on the text messages, I'm gonna get the straight A. I'm just telling you right now, okay? But there have been so many things that have come up through the years. You guys, I'm gonna show my age and tell myself for a second. There have been so many things that have come up through the years that I had no clue what they were. And one of them was, this was actually since I have been on YouTube, the word T-H-O-T, what is it? Do we pronounce that thought? Tot? I didn't know what it was. I didn't. True story. And I looked it up online because I can't remember. I was talking about somebody and they referred to themselves as that, And I was like, what does this mean? I have no idea. And I looked it up and do you know what that means? Oh my Lord. Not nice. But I guess in today's terms, it's like a term of endearment. I mean, at 48, if somebody said that about me, I'd probably be like, I still got it. I still got it. But anyway, I'm married today, okay? But I'm married now, so listen. But I can still be, hey, we can still have fun. All right, so I've got lots to talk about today. Before I get into this video, I want to say a special thank you to Deaf Noodles that has completely stayed on top of the stories of James Charles and David Dobrik and Nikita and Trisha and whatever, and go check out his Twitter. I will link it below. A lot of what I was going to talk about in my video today, he had already talked about. What I was going to talk about in my video today, he had already talked about on Twitter. So I just want to say thank you to Deaf Noodles. Dennis, I appreciate it. He has said in the past that he doesn't care if I talk about, the things that he talks about on his Twitter and his videos. So I will link Dennis. The other person I want to say is fantastic, okay, is Georgie, and his TikTok is called, I think, Silly Georgie. I will link his TikTok below too. If you guys have not seen him, he is so hilarious, you guys. He taps the camera with his nails, and he does drama videos on TikTok every single day. And he is one of the nicest people in the world. He and I have talked a little bit back and forth in DMs on Instagram, and he is just so nice. And then I want to shout out a third person, okay? And I don't know, these people all might be problematic as hell, okay? But listen, I love problematic people. They still deserve a little bit of love, don't you think? But we're going to talk about cancel culture here in a second, because I think it's something that we need to talk about in all of this. But the other day, I talked about how I wanted people to shout out smaller creators, and that I also, was saying on here that, like, let's bring some love to, it was Trans Day of Visibility, to trans creators and LGBTQIA plus creators. So many people in my comment section shouted out Sebastian Soto. Sebastian is somebody that I have watched many of his videos. He is very, very kind to me, and I really appreciate it. And he does drama videos, like, constantly, you guys. Constantly he is doing videos. And I was watching one of his Q&A videos last night, and he is so real and so down to earth. And he was talking about, like, how many YouTubers have beautiful setups, like me. Like me, with my dying plants and my winter coat that's sitting over there, right there. You can see it. Beautiful setups behind them. And he was talking about that on there, and he's like, got cords plugged into the wall, and he was like, one day when I can afford all that, then that's what I'll have, but that's not who I am today. And so today, this is what I can afford, and this is who I am, and I record on my iPhone, and so I want to be representative on camera of who I am and not be fake and phony. And I was like, that is so real and genuine, and I just absolutely love it. He is very, very opinionated, but I think he's very, very fair. So you guys, I want you to please go check out Sebastian Soto. He is a smaller creator that does drama videos, and he literally pumps them out, you guys. Pumps them out. So anyway, I'm going to link Dennis and Georgie and Sebastian Soto below, so go check all of them. Dennis also obviously has a YouTube channel called Duff Noodles, so I'll link both of those. All right, let's get into, no. Easter. That's what I'm having. Well, oh my God, I was almost going to say, that is like, that's worse than people are coming for that poor Lil Nas over that video that he did. I almost was going to say I was having an Eastergasm. Oh my God, but I did. Listen, I ordered my butter rolls, and I ordered my beautiful cake, and it looks like an Easter egg, and we're going over to my cousin Caroline's house on Easter today. I said, are you excited? She goes, for Easter? No, not really. I said, Caroline, aren't you excited to see your cousin? Oh my God. And she started laughing on the phone. We're going to do a reality show, and it's going to be called Cousin Cousin. If you didn't know that already, my cousin Caroline and I, we actually did a Q&A together, so go check it out. I might link that below, but probably not. I always forget. You know that. You know I'm good to forget the inclusions, and not the inclusions on a Starbucks drink. But today, I did, I am like, I got my coffee right here. I am like, anyway. Today, I did review the Honey Bee Cold Foam Cold brew, or something like that. It was so good. Oh my God, it tasted like vanilla ice cream with caramel syrup on it. Okay, before I get in this video though, and you guys, I have to tell you, I had several birthday wishes that I wanted to sing out. I don't know what I keep on doing here. Squid, Jeffree Star. I have not made a Jeffree Star video in quite a few days. So the next one that I make, don't y'all come over here and be like, all you ever talk about is Jeffree Star. No. Fact check, okay? I have not talked about the Lonely Doll in a while, right? He's probably like, leave me out. Let these people, let them get messy. I'm going to take a little vacation from the drama over here. And he'd be smart to do that. But Jeffree can't stay away from long, so you know in the next day or two, he's going to do something that he gets thrown back in the drama again. But I wanted to give some birthday shout outs, but honest to God, you guys, I have so many like receipts in my phone right now between the James Charles stuff, the Nikita and Trisha thing, and the David Dobrik stuff, that the birthday wishes, people tweet them to me, got lost in there. And so, I'm going to try to go in there and look for them, and I'll sing out some birthdays in the next couple days. But today, Reza did reach out to me, and she said it's her birthday today. So I want to say a very happy birthday to Reza. Boost! All right, let's get into this video. I want to talk today about the the downfall of David Dobrik and James Charles, which I think is beginning to occur. And I actually think it's going to be on a much bigger level. I think David Dobrik, first of all, I want to say, I do not believe that James Charles would have come out and made his apology video if David Dobrik hadn't made his, okay? I think James Charles is somebody that very closely watches what everybody else is doing, just like Shane Dawson does. And I think, people said that Shane Dawson made his video apology because Jenna Marbles came out and did her video, and so he kind of modeled it after that. I think similarly, James Charles very closely watched what David Dobrik was doing, okay? You have to remember, James Charles, the Vlog Squad is somebody that's been on his radar, okay? So those are people that he watches. you know, and the other thing is, and I mentioned this in my video the other day, but a lot of people are talking about it now. If you go back and you watch Instant Influencer, obviously it's just coming out now because nobody watched that damn show like I did. I watched every episode when it came out, okay? He did a mini challenge where you had to do like an apology video. I even remember who won and everything on there. And James basically coached people how to do fake apology videos. And it was so cringe to watch at the time, knowing that this was like James had come out and done the No More Lies video and all that he had done the video where he was like just sitting there, you know, after he flew back from Australia and all this kind of stuff. I think people kind of forget history sometimes of what happened. And it was so cringe to watch. And it was really kind of, to be honest with you, on James Charles' end, a real F you at everybody that had like watched him and watched all that stuff and supported him. And now it's like, okay, this is coming back to like haunt you a little bit, you know, like, cause you did this in a video where you had these people do, like, they need to learn how to do fake apologies and how to do it, right? And it was just, and like they had to put on like tears and makeup and stuff. You guys, it was bad. It was like, to watch it now, I mean, even to watch it then, I was like, oh, James, you're gonna look back and wish you hadn't put this out. And here we are, and now it's surfacing up again. And there's so much that's surfacing up, okay? So I wanted to talk a little bit about what I think is going on, and this is the downfall of David Dobrik and James Charles. And I think it's happening slowly, but I actually think that this whole situation is going to pick up momentum over time because I think that people are going to demand it, okay? And the one thing that you have to remember is David Dobrik, how, I do not know, and James Charles both have very young audiences, okay? Well, the thing is that James Charles has always relied on his audience constantly growing, okay? So when he has been friends or whatever with all these famous TikTok people, that's kept him relevant in this younger age group. Well, the TikTokers that will stop doing collaborations with James Charles and all of those people, and you know, when he's not getting the representation of that younger audience, the new up-and-coming younger audience, they're not going to follow James Charles, okay? So let's say if people now come onto the scene and they're starting to watch YouTube at 12, 13, 14, 15, and they're watching this and they're like, no, I'm not getting behind this. I'm not going to follow this person. So James has just stopped his audience growing, okay? It's one of the things that's happened. So even if that young audience that he has right now, even if they are going to stay with James because they're defensive of him or whatever, they will age out in the next 4 to 5 years. This is something I have talked about since I have started being on YouTube, okay? Which, you know, like, hey, listen, I have quite a few younger people on my channel, but I also have a lot of people that are my age, or let's say anywhere from 35 to 60, right? And listen, I love y'all, okay? Because I know you're not going anywhere, right? And it's like, I think, like, for me, I mean, maybe you are. I don't know, but please stay around because I appreciate you guys so much, you know? But it's like one of the things I've always said with these younger, like, YouTubers like Tana Mojo and Jake Paul and stuff is, be aware of your audience. Like, you need to keep on growing with your audience. Like, the things that you did at 19, 20 on YouTube are cringe at 30, right? So that means that you have to grow with your audience. Well, they're not thinking about this, okay? David Dobrik, at this point, has gone in and Duff Noodles put this up, but then I went and looked on SocialBlade. And what was so interesting about this was I had to refresh SocialBlade, you guys, to get onto James Charles' SocialBlade and David Dobrik's. If you don't know what SocialBlade is, it's a third-party app that you can go look it up on the internet, on the website. Do you still type www like I do because you're that old? Anyway, if you do, admit it in the comment section below. But anyway, you can go over to SocialBlade or you can look it up on an app or whatever, okay? And SocialBlade will tell you like the numbers of this, how many subscribers they have, how many they've gained, how many they've lost. It's real screwed up right now because something's going on with YouTube. So it's like, it shows you like one day later, but you still get like an accurate number. So many people are going to David Dobrik and James Charles' SocialBlade that it's like, it's literally breaking the internet, okay? At least breaking SocialBlade. But when you go over to, here, I'll put it up here. When you go over to David Dobrik's, you guys, it's like, my calculator, y'all know I ain't got glasses on, I can't do math, okay? My calculator will not even hold the amount of numbers that David Dobrik has deleted in views, okay, on his channel, which means he's going in there and he's deleting all of these videos, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Y'all think drama channels are stupid. I know there's 1 or 2 drama channels out there that when David Dobrik, when this stuff started going down, they went in and copied his entire channel, okay? Because you can do that. You can download everybody's videos. Now, I don't know how to do that, and I don't really care, okay? Because listen, I don't need to do that much research because I'm a commentary channel. I mean, I need to know what I'm talking about, but I don't need to know the fact, you know, all that kind of stuff. But there's somebody out there that knows exactly what videos David Dobrik is deleting, and it's going to come back and it's going to bite him in the ass, is what it's going to happen. Because they're going to be like, why did you delete this video? Trust me, there's people out there as we speak that are going through these videos and they're watching them and going, why is this video deleted? Like, it'll be like David Dobrik, you know, goes to visit Judy Smith in Arkansas, and everybody's like, this video doesn't make any sense. Well, David Dobrik knows why he deleted it, okay? So, I don't even know. You guys, it's like 2,344,367,084 views that he's deleted from his channel. What? No, Tati, no! What? Like, that is just like the total decimation of most channels, you know? And then if you go underneath there, this is what is interesting to me. He's only lost 300,000 subscribers in the last month. Like, people are sticking around to see what's going to happen. I really believe that, okay? When you go over to James Charles isn't deleting any videos because he's arrogant and he doesn't feel like he needs to. But he has lost 100,000 subscribers in the last 24 hours. Now, right now, we're only seeing the last 24 hours squid from last night to today. So we're not really seeing the accurate numbers for today because, like I said, SocialBlade is not really showing the real numbers. What will be interesting to me, okay, is if you go over to James Charles' video, which I'm sure I haven't even looked at today, but if you go over to it, it was doing very, very well yesterday with the likes and dislikes ratio. So if you go over to it, here it is, holding myself accountable kind of with a scripted video. It currently has 212,000 likes on it and 43,000 dislikes. So 43,000 people disliked it, but you've lost 100,000 subscribers. I'm not believing these numbers. I think that these numbers are adjusted. I'm just not believing them. When you go underneath and you read the comments are highly critical of James Charles. And the other thing is, when I went to go look at the video, and I didn't really think much about this yesterday because people are always like, well, maybe James bought likes or dislikes or whatever. Trisha Paytas also came out on TikTok today and she addressed this. And she said something about all the thumbs up on there, right? And I think because James Charles left the negative critical comments, although I got several messages from people yesterday actually sending me their comments that were deleted by James. So I don't know. Maybe he is deleting comments on there. If I can find it really quick, I'll go in there and I'll read you one of the comments that somebody sent me. And they were basically telling him, like, you need help, you need to go see a counselor and a therapist, and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff, right? So, but what is interesting to me is that yesterday the video was up for like, I think 2 hours, 3 hours or something like that. And it already had some 115,000 likes on it or whatever like that. You know, and looking back on it now, it's at 24 hours, you know, and it is sitting at 3.7 million views and it has 212,000 likes on it. So in 24 hours, in 21 hours, you only gained 200,000 more, well, not even. You only gained 100,000 more likes than you had yesterday? Nah, I'm not buying it. I think that was adjusted. And I'm not saying he bought it, but there's something going on over there that's funky on James Charles' YouTube channel, okay? And by the way, I want to address a comment that I got yesterday. And people were very supportive of my video yesterday, and I want to say I really, really appreciate it. But I got this one ignorant comment, and I'm going to call it out as ignorant on here. Someone said, Peter, holier than thou again, sanctimonious again too. There is nothing that... And I said this at the beginning of the video. I said there's going to be those people that are going to come out to drama channels that are going to say there's nothing that James Charles could say or do, right? Do you know the seriousness of what is going on here? Not just the allegations, but the fact that he took responsibility for the allegations on written form, on Twitter, on a video. I mean, that's confirmation. And you're standing behind that and saying that that's okay? Because he made an apology in a video, you know? Interesting. So this person said, there is nothing that he could say that would satisfy you. No, you're right. There really isn't anything at this point that James Charles could say that would satisfy me. Except for, hey, I've been gone for a year. I think I've grown a little bit. Let me show you what that looks like. You have an unshakable judgment against him. Your bias is obvious when it comes to him. No mercy or compassion for him. That's absolutely incorrect. And you know, the bias conversation comes up from time to time. And I think I'm real fair, you know? Like, even with Jaclyn Hill, y'all know I love her, but I called her out for non-disclosing her affiliate ads, okay? So, I mean, I have no problem liking somebody and being fair to them. James Charles is not somebody that I can sit there and say that about anymore. So if my bias, because I think that this is a really serious situation, is clouding how I look at that person, yes, but does that cloud my judgment over the situation? No, you need to read the room and you need to read the comments under all of the videos on this. Not to mention, when James Charles wasn't getting in trouble, I was very, very fair to James Charles, okay? I've been very, very fair to these people. It's not my fault that your favorite person has literally screwed up beyond belief and will not take true responsibility for their actions. Don't come over to me and be complaining here. That ain't my problem, okay? You need to check why you love these people so much. That says more about you than it does about me, and that you're willing to defend them at any expense. I just was like, sanctimonious? So every person out there right now that is saying that James Charles is not being accountable for his actions, we're all sanctimonious, okay? We're all biased against James Charles. Yes, I forgot. James Charles is the victim in all of this yet again. So anyway, I just wanted to read that little comment over there. The next thing I wanted to talk about, hold on a second, was, that there are now all of these petitions that are going around, and you can go over and read this on Deaf Noodle's Twitter. This is directly from his Twitter. I saw this, that there are petitions, but I saw it on other things as well, but he's got the links to it, that there are petitions that are going around for James Charles to basically be deplatformed, which I've never really seen anything like this before. I really have never witnessed this before. Apparently, there are petitions that are going around for him to lose his YouTube channel, and also for him to have his 2021 Kids' Choice Award taken away, which is just like, I've never, you guys, witnessed anything like this before on this level. And the thing that's crazy to me is, well, and then when you go over to Morphe on their Twitter, like they put up this thing about a giveaway. Hold on a second, I had it pulled up. Where is it at? Oh God, I just had it pulled up. When you go over this thing that they had about their giveaway on here, good luck, Morphe babe. Does that remind you of Jaclyn Hill? It does me. Giveaway is open internationally and ends 3/26. The winners will be announced on this post and DM'd. Okay, this is from the 24th of March. This has been like a week ago, okay? People are literally in the comment sections coming for them for their standing behind Nikita Dragun and James Charles. Drop Nikita Dragun and James Charles instead. They've done nothing except partying during. Okay, it goes on. Someone says, "Are you really going to keep giving giveaways and launching products and ignore the fact that you have James Charles on the payroll? Disgusting and enabling." Someone said, "I've always been a huge fan of your brand, but I'm so disappointed because when you have people like Nikita and James representing your franchise, I cannot support it. They cannot cause drama and commit and not expect for brands not to pull out." Someone said, "Why are you supporting James Charles and Nikita Dragun?" Someone said, "I've been a fan of your brand for a long time. I get all my brushes from you. Unfortunately, they can't continue to support them because of Nikita Dragun." And then somebody else said, "She's the least of your worries when we have James Charles." Someone said on here, "I wouldn't want anything from Morphe, free or not. Morphe is disgusting for not dropping James Charles." So it goes on and on and on. You guys, it is literally every single comment underneath this giveaway. Nobody's even trying to get this giveaway. Drop Nikita and James Charles. Say it louder. I stopped buying from Morphe. It's so funny how you were so quick, or it's so funny how quick you were to drop Jeffree Star over the Hair by Jay situation, not defending, they said, in just hours, but not James Charles for confessing to what happened. Come on, Morphe. Drop James Charles like you did everyone else. Maybe stop working with James Charles. Publicly dropping James Charles, or no, why not? I mean, it's literally every single comment underneath there, you guys. I've never seen this kind of like demand over brands. You guys, honest to God, even with the Shane Dawson thing, it wasn't like that rampant. And even with the Jeffree Star thing, it wasn't that rampant. And when Laura Lee and Manny happened, yeah, it was really, really bad. And people were like, you got to drop these. But that was like the first time that we had ever gone through something like that, you know, and they were dropped, you know, they did lose brand deals, a lot of them, you know. And so it's interesting that now we're down the road and, you know, it's the situation with James Charles. You would think that brands at this point, like this is, like Dramageddon 1 we're coming up on, what is that, 3 years ago? You know, you would think that brands at this point, especially a brand like Morphe that specifically works with influencers, would have protocol in place that if something like this happens, that how they're going to handle it, right? And it's like, are you making so much money off of James Charles that you won't drop them? Because quite frankly, when I walk into Ulta, I see all of the palettes that ain't nobody buying, okay? So that's just what my observation on it. I don't see anybody buying the minis, and I don't see anybody buying the maxis, and I don't see anybody buying the in-betweens. I'm just saying, okay? And ain't nobody was buying none of the Jeffree Star stink spray either, that Strawberry Fields Forever. So that's probably why they finally dropped him. They're like, well, we're not making any money off of him anyway, you know? Maybe they're still making money off of James Charles, so, you know, like I say, somebody quoted me on this the other day, and it's not my quote. It's from the movie The Contender, which is one of my favorite movies, and I love that movie. You know, but I love the quote at the end of the movie when she says, principles only mean something if you stick to them when they're inconvenient. And maybe we should start be asking people, you know, like, what are YouTube's principles? You know, what are these brands' principles? What are our favorite influencers' principles, you know? A lot of people are speculating that James Charles also came out yesterday and made this apology video because his friends around him, like Manny MUA and like Gabriel Zamora and like Gottmik, are being like heavily criticized because, and like the TikTok people, like Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio and those people, that they're being highly criticized for standing by James and not really saying anything. And so it's greatly affecting their careers and reputation. And so James had to come out and say something, and that's why he so heavily apologized to his friends in the video. I don't know. That could be, right? Trisha Paytas was asked on TikTok what she thought about James Charles' video, and this is what she had to say. Elizabeth, roll video.
We are back at the old house just for today, last day here. But yeah, I saw James's video. It's the same thing he said after the Tati video, that he was going to do better and not be the P word. It's extremely upsetting, and it's disheartening that all his young fans are like still buying into this with the thumbs up ratio. Just keep in mind, if someone is liking tweets trying to like take down like the victims, like a week ago, they didn't change in a week. Like he keeps saying, I'm going to show you. It's like, but you were still trying to defend yourself by discrediting minors. Like these are children, and he kept blaming them. And it sounds good, the fluff piece is good, and obviously people are buying it because the thumbs up, but like he said all this before. You don't just change in a week. Like, it's good he's acknowledging it and apologizing yet again, but we've seen this before. This is like Groundhog's Day. And this is about James, so it'll probably get taken down. I don't know.
So that's what Trisha Paytas had to say about all that. Okay, but before I end this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about cancel culture, because I think it's a topic that comes up a lot when we're discussing these people and their actions and what happens. And, you know, people always ask, do you believe in cancel culture? And, you know, I've said, no, not really. Like, I believe it's up to you. Like, you decide who you continue to watch and who you don't watch. And so I was kind of looking into it a little bit. I actually looked it up on Wikipedia, which is so funny because I was thinking about this. So I just watched the horror, I can't say that word, scary movie, not like T-H-O-T, that's some in the house, no, horror movie, scary movie, summer of '84, and I was talking on my vlog, and I was like, oh my god, something, like, because those characters in the movie, they're like 2 years older than I would have been at the time, because in 1984, I would have been 12, and the movie so much reminds me of when I was growing up. It has very kind of like Stranger Things vibes. If you liked Stranger Things, you would love the movie Summer of '84. It's about a serial killer, though. But anyway, I think it takes place in Oregon. But in the movie, they're looking something up. I couldn't remember what it was the other night when I was vlogging about it, because I have a vlog channel. I vlog every single night. But I couldn't remember what it was that reminded me so much of my youth. And so it was that at one point they're looking something, they're like trying to figure out what something is, and they look it up in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Do you remember? Oh my God! I said encyclopedia. Encyclopedia Britannica. Do you remember that? I don't think, did we have one? I don't know. We might have. We might have had the starter pack, which was like ABC and then like the thesaurus and dictionary. But no, some people had the whole set when you would go to their house. Do you remember that? Anyway, and that was kind of like our Wikipedia or Google back in the day. Like when we had to write a paper, we would always like pull it out of the Encyclopedia Britannica because that was easy, you know? So I got on the Wikipedia today to look up cancel culture, okay? I wanted to know like the exact kind of definition for it. And I know this is Wikipedia. It's not like, you know. But anyway, cancel culture, or call-out culture, is a modern form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person. Those who are subject to the ostracism are said to have been canceled. That's air quotes. The expression cancel culture has mostly negative connotations, and is commonly used in debates on free speech and censorship. The notion of cancel culture is a variant on the term call-out culture and constitutes a form of boycotting involving an individual, usually a celebrity, who is deemed to have acted or spoken in a questionable or controversial manner. For those on the receiving end of cancel culture, the consequences can lead to loss of reputation and income from which it can be hard to recover. I think David Dobrik and James Charles are fitting for this conversation. So then the question I have is this, right? Is that I believe that the idea of cancel culture or the idea of canceling somebody has such a negative connotation today, right? Like in videos where we talk about people being canceled or is this person being canceled or whatever, and for a long time, a lot of drama channels, including myself, and I may put it in the title of this video, would say like, is this person canceled? Is this canceled? You know, whatever. And it was kind of just this terminology that we threw around. And that became very, very serious, and people started taking it more seriously, which we should. I think we really, really should, you know. And like I've said, I'm somebody that believes in giving people a lot of chances, as long as they're willing to work on themselves and really show the growth. Like, talk is cheap to me, okay? Like, apology videos are just talk is cheap to me. I want to see the action behind it, right? And in my personal life as well. And that's what I give to the people in my personal life as well, is that I show them action, you know, not just online, but like in my personal life as well. So this whole conversation of cancel culture is very interesting to me, because I think that it's like, oh, everybody's quick to cancel. Somebody will say, you know, like, oh, you guys are quick to cancel this person. You're quick to cancel that person. I have never canceled anybody on my channel. I don't think I have, okay? I shouldn't say that. But I don't really believe I have, because I've always believed it's up to you, the individual viewer, to say, I'm no longer going to watch this person. I'm no longer going to support this person. I'm not going to buy their products. And that's how individually it happens, right? But then on a greater scale, is the question for me is, should some people be canceled and others not? I don't know. I think it's an interesting question. And my dogs are going crazy. Do you hear that? They're hungry for dinner. So that probably means it's time for me to get off here. But I would really like to know what you guys think about that. Like, you know, is it now that we should, and should the word not just be canceled? I feel like that's almost kind of a trivial terminology to what we're talking about. You know, when we're talking about the seriousness of deplatforming somebody and all this kind of stuff. I mean, we're talking about very, very serious situations, very serious allegations, and very serious, you know, like the things that are happening in retrospect to that. So are we past the point of talking about cancel culture, and we're really talking, as James Charles talked about, in holding people accountable? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.